Hi everybody, how you all doing? This is the top 10 greatest punk albums of all time, as chosen by me. I've not heard every album in the history of the world, every punk album in the history of the world, so this is just my opinion. I think it's the correct opinion. I did do a short version of this, and the comments were like, never do this again. never do a ranking again. It was awful. So I wanted to do a bit of a long form version of it just to talk about them even more. Maybe I'll sway you a little bit more. So I had about 20 albums that I absolutely loved, and I had to whittle it down to 10. That was hard enough. And then getting them in order 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought it made for a more interesting video. So I've tried to do that to the best of my ability. So this is purely studio albums. Okay, if it wasn't studio albums, if it was compilations, best ofs, live albums, EPs merged together, we'd have things like Minor Threat's complete discography in there. We'd have the Ramones' It's Alive. We'd have Buzzcocks singles Going Steady. We'd have Wonk Unit, Passion Idea. But because they're all either, you know, as I've just said, live albums, greatest hits, blah, 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 they're disqualified. So it's purely studio albums. So don't come at me in the comments saying, oh, there's no Minor Threat, you're disgusting, you're a horrendous human being. It's just because I think Out of Step was the only album they did, and I don't think that warrants a top 10. But the first two EPs, that would be in my top 3, top 2, top 1 punk release of all time. So before we crack on, enough of my waffle. So if you could like, share, and subscribe to the channel, do all that good YouTube stuff, and that would really help out this channel. Gives me confidence to make more videos. Let's get on with it. Let's get straight into it. So in at number 10, we have Crass with Feeding of the 5000. That is the weirdest album I've ever heard. When I first heard it, I was like, this is very strange. There's no musicianship. The greatness of this album comes from the attitude of it and Steve Ignorant's vocal delivery. It's very passionate. It's very cockney. It's very punk. The lyrics are amazing. You know, like Banned from the Roxy. We've got Do They Owe Us a Living, Punk is Dead, The General Sit Bugcardy while the Prophets Feel the Pine. It's got so many good lines like that. So many iconic lines. I don't know how many times I'm going to say iconic in this video. Yeah, so Steve Ignorant pretty much carries this album. Like I said, there's no musicianship on it at all. But it all seems to work. You've got Penny Rambo playing his military snare all the way through it. You don't hear punk bands doing that. You've got Andy Palmer, who literally never learned how to play his instrument. You know, a lot of punk bands, oh, they can't play. This guy literally couldn't play. It's just white noise. Every song sounds like that. And if you see photos of Crass, he holds his guitar like that. And it's like... And even the guy that could play guitar a little bit more, he doesn't really distinguish his chords either. But somehow all this works. I forgot to include how amazing the bass playing is. The bass playing and Steve Ignorant's voice really carry this album. So it feels like a statement of intent rather than just your typical album. Like all the artwork adds to it as well. What else do I need to say? Yeah, like stuff like Fight War Not Wars. It makes you want to go up to Parliament and just protest everything they're doing. You just lose faith in the system once you've listened to this album. It's very poignant. It's very powerful. Even though, like I say, it's not very musical. But the energy behind it, the anger behind it, the passion behind it, it's just one of the best punk albums. Not musically, but in terms of pure passion and belief in what they're doing. I think it's the punkest album ever made. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the best album ever made, but I would say it's the punkest album ever made. So there you go. That is Crass. That is number 10. In at number 9, we have got something completely different. We have got The Damned with Machine Gun Etiquette. So when I say completely different, I say the musicianship on this is absolutely phenomenal. Captain Sensible, hats off to you, or berets off to you, because I know you like a beret. His guitar solos on that are incredible. It's like a prog punk album. So they did the first album, your basic rock and roll punk type stuff. Second album, I didn't listen to that. I know it's got a lot of heat. I've watched a lot of wrestling videos. They talk about heat a lot in wrestling. You got a lot of negative feedback, but Machine Gun Etiquette is flawless. There's literally no skips on it. Love Song is just an amazing opening. Rat Scabies is an incredible drummer, and then Dave Vanian's gothic style voice works really well. And I said it's prog punk, but they don't go too far up themselves. Like Anti-Pope is a really good punk song, then out of nowhere we've got this massive prog breakdown, and it's just amazing. And it is a bit weird as well, like these are the hands of a demented circus clown, but it's so good. It's so good. So I heard that around the same time as Feeding. Maybe that's going to be a theme in this. 2004, I was 16. And I was kind of maturing a little bit in terms of what I was listening to. And I just think Machine Gun Etiquette is an incredible album. I think Liar is the only skip. Smash It Up's an absolute classic. The beginning of that is so beautiful, the guitar work on it. Captain Sensible is just amazing. I remember at Rebellion, they did a show of, it was some anniversary of Machine Gun Etiquette. It might have been 2019. And they did the whole album, and it was just amazing. Me and Neil Crud were just standing together, just smiling at how amazing it was. So yeah, I'm going to try and use a different, is it adjective, verb? I don't know. I need to learn this if I want to talk about music. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So there it is, number 9, Machine Gun Etiquette. That was difficult. I feel really bad on having that so low. So number 8, we've got Distillers with Sing Sing Death House. An amazing, amazing, phenomenal album, brilliant album, incredible album. My 2-year-old's behind me sleeping. Can I just check he's all right? Yeah, he's fine. I didn't think this would make it, but I listened to it and I was like, the anthems on this are brilliant. The anger on it's amazing. The vitriol, is that the right word? All the chords go in the right positions. They're tight. The songs are memorable. We are the revenants. Whoa. It's passionate. It's punk. She's the best female vocalist for me, Brody. Dahl, Armstrong, whatever you want to call her. Honey. Brody. Just call her Brody. Brody is the best female punk front woman. Definitely. Easily. She's got so much attitude, and she would have made it on her own without Rancid. Easily. So, incredible album. Every song is really memorable. I can't think off the top of my head some of the tracks now, but if I put it on, I'll be able to sing every song. So yeah, guitar solos, bass sounds amazing on this album. Amazing again. Bass sounds incredible on this album. So yeah, we've got City of Angels as well. Amazing band, the Distillers. Brilliant band, the Distillers. Fantastic band. So there we go. We've got the Distillers, Sing Sing Death House in at number 8. Number 7, NOFX, War on Errorism. They were the first punk band I ever heard. 11 years old in the year 2000. And I listen to them now and again, and I've kind of listened to NOFX enough now, but that is the album I absolutely love. I don't think Fat Mike gets enough recognition for his political commentary. I think The Idiots Are Taking Over is one of the best political punk songs you will ever hear, and that's saying something because there's millions of them. The guitar playing is absolutely epic. The way El Jefe uses his guitar pedal, he just sounds brilliant. He's one of the best in the business for me. There's barely any skips on this album. Got Too Jealous Agains. It's a perfect love song, all centered around punk, and that song introduced me to loads of great albums like Machine Gun Etiquette. He mentions that. So yeah, NOFX. It's fast, it's tight, the drumming's incredible. I don't know how Smelly does it on the kit. He's the fastest one of the fastest drummers I've ever heard. He's so tight. And then yeah, NOFX. What else can be said? The artwork's brilliant as well. So NOFX, War and Errorism in at number 7. Number 6, we've got Mad Sin with Survival of the Sickest. I remember these guys upstaging Lars Fredriksson, and talked about that in another video. this guy, the front man, who was about 6'6", absolutely massive, and he had this big megaphone, and he was just yelling down it. And it's a psychobilly band. The double bass playing on this is just absolutely elite. It's a great Halloween album. The guitar in, the creepiness of the lyrics. Listen to the song Caroline. You'll be like, oh my goodness. It's a horror film in a 2-minute punk song. It's just catchy. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. The performances are absolutely epic. It's just a brilliant album. If you don't know Mad Sin, go and buy it. Go and buy Survival of the Sickest or stream it. Whatever you kids do nowadays. All right, so we're into the top 5. So I was always... Actually, no, I'm going to give you a spoiler there. So number 5 is Rancid with 2000. That album is just so angry and so 180 to their previous album. It's the best bass punk album I've ever heard. I love how on this they have really fast drums and then really fast bass, and then they're shouting, but there's no guitar. And then the guitar comes in the chorus. They do that a lot. Songs like Young Al Capone, Axiom. There's just so many classic songs. Poison. Some people are poison. Get under your skin like opium, and I stare in their eyes to annoy them. Oh, they're poison. Yeah, they're poison. I wrote a song called Poison by Rancid, talking about how good that song was and how it summed up your opinion on angry people. I love the voice cracks on it. I know some people don't like that, but Tim Armstrong's voice, it sounds like he had 100 fags before, 100 cigarettes, just in case you're watching in America. Fags means something else over here. It sounds like he had 100 cigarettes. It's so grovelly. And Lars, he sounds like he's screaming like his house is on fire in songs like Loki. It just gives me goosebumps putting that on. You're a bit annoyed, put it on. Whoa, what is this? This is completely different from anything they've done before. So Rancid 2000, that is in at number 5. Number 4, Rancid, Life Won't Wait. So this is the album before 2000. Now I was really skeptical about putting another album of the same band in my top 10. I thought, you know what, it's worth it. It's good. It deserves to be there. And I could have put 2 more Rancid albums in this list, Out Come the Wolves and Indestructible. So I know a lot of people slate Indestructible for being mainstream, and when they went to Warner after saying, we're not going to Warner, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, we're punk, man, yeah. But let's talk about Life Won't Wait. What an album that is. Every genre is covered. It's so imaginative. Tim Armstrong's brain just fascinates me, the way he can come up with all these arrangements. Life Won't Wait, the title track with Buju Banton. Oh, it blows my mind. It just sounds amazing. The build on it, and you just want to dance. It's just got everything. That album for me is a perfect album. Even though it's 70 minutes long, there's so much variety on it. You've got your punk songs like Blood Clot. You've got Leicester Square, where Lars is leading the way, and then you've got Tim songs like Who Would Have Thought. Really good love song, that. Complete contrast to Indestructible when he broke up with Brody. Yeah, so Life Won't Wait in at number 4. In at number 3, I doubt it anyone's got this in their top 10, and that's a disgrace. Especially at number 3. This is the Inner Terrestrials with Tales of Terror. This saved me, I think. 2012, it was when it came out, and it was one of the worst years of my life. And that album, it just clicked to me. And it's not a nostalgic thing. I still listen to it on a regular basis. It just goes hard. It's ska, but it's not cheesy. It's ska, but you can dance to it. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's very much punk. Which is what you want on the top 10 greatest punk albums of all time. So yeah, just every song. I don't think there's any skips on this either. Just the anger of Smoke. I think that's the perfect opening to any album. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It'll blow you away. If you've not heard that, go and listen to it. It's amazing they're only a 3-piece as well, because they do write a lot of variety, and the riffs are unpredictable. It's interesting. The production on it's really sleek. yeah, Inner Terrestrials, Tales of Terror. Number 2, we've got Bad Religion with No Control. Another band that was quite difficult to not have loads of albums in this list, but No Control is their best album by a mile. It's like the Ramones on speed, and Joey Ramone with a thesaurus. The way Greg Graffin, Dr. Greg, the way he sings, I think he's one of the best technicians in punk. He can actually sing really well. He's got a fantastic range, and just the velocity of the songs. I Want to Conquer the World, it was on Tony Hawk's for a reason. There's not a dud on this album. It's 15 tracks long. Again, I've seen this been played live, and there's not a dud. They didn't skip one song. Just amazing. Wall of sound, huge guitars. Anyone can get into Bad Religion. Well, not everyone, because a lot of people don't like them. That was nearly my number 1 album, but I decided to go for at number 1 purely on the basis of I think this represents punk better than No Control. It's Dead Kennedys, Plastic Surgery Disasters. It's the best social commentary you'll ever hear. The best let's settle down and have a family and live in suburban America album you'll ever hear. I mean, I've got a family and everything, and it's lovely, but at the same time, Jello Biafra, you just love his satire, his take on the world. His voice isn't too irritating on this. I think people find his voice irritating. His voice really suits the backing music and the production and everything on this album. The bass playing's amazing. One of the best bass players in punk. I think East Bay Ray is the greatest punk guitarist that's ever lived. Maybe not technically, but the tone, the surf guitar punk tone he gets, they're just so unique. There isn't a band like the Dead Kennedys. There hasn't been a band before or since like the Dead Kennedys. They're so unique. The only band I can think of that's up there is System of a Down, and they're a completely different genre. They have that same sort of feel with Serge as their singer, but not a skip on this. It makes you angry. It makes you laugh. Winnebago Warrior. Jello's just got such a disdain for business people with money, and it cracks me up. It doesn't take it too seriously. And hearing Riot and hearing Bleed for Me for the first time. I was 16 again, 2004, when I heard Minor Threat, when I heard Mad Sin, when I heard this album. There was another one I mentioned as well, Crass, when I heard that as well. This album, it just scared the hell out of me. Riot and Bleed for Me. There's something about them. Just an amazing album from start to finish. It blew me away, and it still does blow me away. So yeah, that's my list. How much did you hate it? Please let me know in the comments. Like, share and subscribe and all that jazz. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.